Hello and welcome to Smile and Spread a Little Joy. I am Debra, the Smile Lady, and you are here now in the Smile Haven. This is a place where we help your child tap into their inner smile. Did you know that everyone born was born to smile? I just happened to take on the name. There's no one, I believe, that was born to leave this place worse. We are to leave this place better than we found it. Now, the SMILE to me is an acronym, and that is support, motivate, invest, love, and educate. And every person I have on this show smiles, or else they would not be sitting here with me. And I know for a fact that today, Allisonne Crawford is going to make you smile. But before we do that, we want to go ahead and talk about the smile in basic sign language. And if you're an interpreter here in the Pasadena, Altadena area, come on down and help me just tape the show, and you can do the sign language maybe for your class. 626-354-5197. So here we go. We're going to go with the SMILE. Work along with me, children in the school district. You know, teach your parents. Here we go. The S is for support. It takes a whole village to raise one child. This is your S, and it's supported. Okay? The M, that is motivate. And that is, enthusiasm, which means in God. This M, motivate, don't hate. What is it within you that you love doing so much you would do it even if you did not get paid? That is your purpose, believe it or not. And you were doing it ever since you were about 5 or 6 years old. Think about it. Ask your parents. Ask someone that knew you. I bet you figure out you're doing maybe what you love doing. Then the I. This is the I, invest. Take these 2 X's, serve. Now, yes, I do need money. Oh, really? I would love to reach more children and give scholarships and all of that. But more importantly, taking your talents and giving back, leaving this place better than you found it with your smile. Your unique smile. It's not mine. It's your smile. Not your mother's. It's your smile. What you love doing. Then the L. Oh, the L, the smallest word in smile, but the most powerful. Because without the L, it'll just be SME. SME and spread a little joy. That doesn't make sense, right? That L. And that is love, which is agape. And this is love. Oh, goodness. You need a 26-second hug every day, believe it or not. For good mental health, relieves stress, lowers your blood pressure. Google that. It was just on ABC 7 last week. An extensive study on touch and hugs. Now, E. This is your E, educate. Now, if you put it up here, that's educate. If you do this, this is an educator. If you do this, this is teach. If you do this, that's a teacher. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. You can get a lung transplant. You can get a heart transplant. You can get a prosthesis for a new leg, but you can't get a brain transplant. That has to last a lifetime. Take care of it. Educate yourself. A mind is a terrible thing to waste. Lou Rawls used to say that, right? So anyway, you smile, spread just a little bit of joy. And I am your Smile Lady. Welcome to the Smile Haven. Now, I know, let's get to this guest, right? Allisonne Crawford, so amazing. So amazing. She's been on the show a long time ago. I even have a picture of us way back. She was one of the first AXO medalists nationally, Altadena NAACP. I also saw her last year in the Motown Review. Oh my goodness, she was fabulous. I guess I'm a little prejudiced. Anything she does, she could just go, ha! And I go, oh my gosh, this is wonderful. She even screams in tune. I mean, she went to Chapman University, got her BA. She's a mentor. She's a mother. I think she's the first AXO parent also. She's breaking a lot of records here in Altadena. So anyway, her daughter is beautiful. She just mesmerized me with her eyes. I guess you say, shut up, Smile Lady. Let's get to this lady. Okay, we will. Allisonne Crawford, and we will talk more about the sounds of Motown and everything else she's doing now. Welcome. Oh my goodness, look at that smile. Get that smile, y'all. Get that smile. Get it, get it, get it.
Hi.
Oh my gosh, your teeth are so pretty.
Thank you.
Listen
so
to that. I'm not even a dentist. I just like, oh my goodness.
So good to see you. Thanks so much for having me on your show today.
Oh, I am so happy to have you on the show. And you are just as pretty as ever. You know how they say, black don't crack, huh? Can we say that? Barbara Walters said it, so I guess I can say it, right? But the thing is I know it may have changed, but I want you to tell the audience, the ones that didn't tune in 10 years ago, what you love doing so much that you would do it even if you didn't get paid. And I want you to look over there in your camera and say that.
Well, what I would do that I love so much is use my God-given gifts, and that's music. I have been singing since the age of 4 years old, and I brought a couple of programs that don't even represent a quarter of the things and performances that I've done, and a lot of these were complimentary. And they open up doors for me. They allow me to network, meet people, find other resources and opportunities, and help those that are part of my circle to invest in them and to give them opportunities that have been afforded to me, and just pass on the torch.
And you know what? When I saw you at AXO and you performed, I mean, every time you sing, I get these chill bumps. And what's the song that I always ask for?
What About the Children?
What About the Children?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm about to go there now. That song, when you come back again and we have the mic set up, I want you to sing that.
Absolutely.
Forever be prepared to sing that when you come on. Okay, forever, forever. Today is just like a revisiting here. Now, we're going to go backwards. The sounds of Motown.
Yes.
You did that, and how did you get involved in that, and who was the director? Did you enjoy doing that?
You know what, that was incredible. It was amazing because I knew two of the cast members prior from other gigs that I've done, and you know, I like to do karaoke from time to time, and a couple of other contests, and so just happened to find out about it. It was advertised, again, one of my circles that I'm aware of.
See, networking, that support system.
Absolutely, yes, and they were like, oh, I think you should go try out. So, I did, and I said, gosh, I haven't been on the stage in a while, but this might be fun. And so I just really started to get myself, prepared, and just really starting to listen to more of the Motown hits, and just look forward to, auditioning and getting back on the stage. And so there it happened, and it was awesome. Thank you so much.
You played several characters, so it wasn't a character, you just came out and did different tunes.
Yes.
And
so I was
that.
able to do, some of the lead roles, and then also some ensemble roles as well. So it was just awesome just to be part of this, musical theater on stage, and just, people watching you and having dinner. It was really fun.
It was really fun. Thank you so much for including me in that. Anything you do that I can come to, because this was at the Candlelight Pavilion.
It was.
Yes, 2013 season. Some your support system in this, I know your mother had a lot to do with it, and
Absolutely.
I know. So give me some names of the support system.
Mother.
And her name?
Amelia Crawford, yes.
Teacher, wasn't she?
Yes, she's a retired educator in our local school district. I can't say enough about my mother.
And that local school district is?
Pasadena Unified.
Around the world. Pasadena Unified, PUSD?
Yes.
Okay.
I cannot say enough thanks for my mother. And the support that she has been since I decided I wanted to sing and learn from her as a music educator since I was 4 years old. And she has invested so much time, and my father. He has since passed on to glory, but he was very instrumental in my life, both of my parents. And they have helped me be who I am today. And even in my dad's absence, I know that he's still supporting in me. He's still believing in me. In the spirit realm, and so that makes me, very comforted in that regard.
Makes you smile, huh?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It
And
does.
see, parents, how important it is to nurture your children. I was in school, just before I got my master's in human development and social change, and we were sitting up, and the school I went to, there's a lot of dialogue, and one of the parents said her daughter taught her so much. She says, Mom, why are you trying to make me a rose when I'm really happy being a carrot? And I went, oh my goodness, how often do we do that? She's okay being a carrot, but her mom wants her to be something else. And you nurture them really differently. And I said, that was profound. And I was like, okay, you take that. And a lot of us have a tendency of saying, I want you to be this, as opposed to what do you want to be? And I want to support you in that.
Yes.
So I really applaud your parents. Now, your motivation to sing, you just came out of the womb. Probably you sang in harmony. Probably doing an opera. So
I'm alive. No.
that's it.
Yeah, well, you know what? Music has been part of my family since before I was
That's what I'm
even on
talking
this
about.
planet.
Okay.
And so, again, you know, my mom being a music educator, I've learned from her, and you know, her teaching and her being a part of so many different music education organizations,
there you
and
go.
taking me
That's
with
where
her,
you're
and you know, having me be in all these different choirs and honor choruses
See?
and these performance opportunities, and you know, they just really did something for me in
that's
here. And
it shows.
so-
Mom, thank you so much. Mom, thank you. You see, this rose here. It's like, oh my
Thank
goodness.
you.
And so you're investing back. You just said it. You do a lot of this free, but it blesses you, right?
It does.
See?
Very much so.
It's more blessed to give than to receive, because when you give, you really do receive.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that is so good. So, what are some of the other things that you've done recently where you gave back?
This is a program. This was the
Oh, look at that, the 64.
that was my former employer. They actually always have an African American Heritage Luncheon. So the nice thing about that is I can still be involved with it, even though I don't work for the organization. They still reach out to me. So I do that, and that's usually every February. So, you know, most of the time people will contact me through my website. They'll send me an email, or they'll call
And
me
their
and
website
say,
is?
is allitunes.com.
A-L?
www.allitunes.com.
Okay, yes, because I know you give back. I'm a nonprofit. That is okay, because I know you do a lot of work. And of course, you want to get paid. Paid, oh yes. But basically, when you're working your gift pays you more than you can ever dream.
True.
And I'm going to tell you this, since we're on Invest, the best day doing what you hate, that sounds like an oxymoron, is not as good as the worst day doing what you love, because you're already getting that satisfaction of doing what you love, and the time just go, you know. And I remember saying to myself, sometime, I'm not going to do this anymore, and I wake up the next day and I'm back doing it again and again and again, and it never fails. So anyway, trust me, I know I'm working in my passion, because every day I wake up is heaven. Even if I have to deal with them in the booth there and stuff, still heaven. Okay, now, love. I know who you love, your little baby. You got to talk about your and everything else, the love. Did you always love yourself and love what you do and this?
I think as a woman, you just go through phases.
Yes.
You
What
know,
is love to you?
You just have to embrace who you are. This is how you were made. You can't change anything, but like you said, you can educate yourself, and those are the things that can open up doors and make the difference for you.
Exactly.
And what you know, you know. So that's important. And being loving to yourself will be an example for others. You know, show people how to treat you. You know, be a good friend to people, and they'll be a better friend to you when you need it. So to me, that's very, very important. But speaking of my daughter, she is my little love, my little lady love.
And her name?
Is Anne Elise.
I love that. Spell that. Spell that.
ANNELIESE.
Okay. Did you have any motivation for that name, or?
It was, you know, a combination of Anne and Elizabeth,
middle name.
you know, so I love the name, and I studied abroad, and that's where I was first introduced to the name. And, you know, when you go abroad, they say Annalise, you know, and I was like, oh, that's so pretty, right?
That's really pretty.
Yeah, I was like, okay, if I ever had a little girl, this is what I would want to name her, and I did, so.
Okay, well, I'm going to educate them. We're going to come right back, and we're going to talk about educate, and then you telling the kids what you would do differently and give them some tips. So we'll be right back, smiling with Allisonne Crawford, maybe with a song. Okay.
No, I don't know though. I'm scared. I mean,
my lane? No, not at all. Are you not paying attention? Are you texting? I was just checking in with my mom. I was telling her that I thought we'd be home by 6. It's okay. There's enough time. Just pay attention. I'm not even halfway through my text. There's no way. I'm not even going to look up. My babies are in the car. You have to pay attention. It's just supposed to be a quick text. I'm so sorry.
Welcome back. We're with Allison Crawford, Allie Tunes. Yes, she is making me smile. We stopped off with love. She may touch on that, but then we're going to talk about education. I know she got her bachelor's from Chapman University, but she's going to a lot of business classes and entrepreneurs for LA. She's going to correct me in all of this. She's not really stopping her education. I think she's going to be a grant writer, which I need her really, really bad. You know, so the thing is you never stop. You learn until you die, but her formal education and her education process, I want her to go there with you. Go ahead there and tell us about your education and tips.
Okay. Let's see. Well, I graduated, of course, from John Muir High School. So
Okay, Mustang.
I'm very proud of that. And attended, Pasadena City College while I was a sophomore in high school. And so that helped me to, just get used to going to college and what the expectations would be, fulfilling general education requirements. And then moving on to Chapman University. And then I studied abroad. And,
Where?
In Austria, University of Salzburg in Austria.
Wow.
Yeah, that was incredible to leave the country, so young and by myself.
And how old were you and how long did you stay?
I was, about 20 years old. And this was my last semester of college. So you can just imagine, the pressure to make sure that, I finished, these last 6 months of my undergraduate, career. And I was doing it in a place that I always wanted to visit because of the music. They celebrate the arts, when you go to Europe, and in Austria especially. It was so beautiful to know that, they host, such, musical geniuses as like, gosh, I can't even think of her name right now, but she was there the week after I left my program. When I think of her name again, I'll tell you, but she's African American, and I said, wow. I was just impressed.
Not
that,
Leontine.
No, it's not her. She has a more of an alto sound, but her name will come back to me. But anyhow, just the arts, just how they're celebrated there. I was like, gosh, I want to be here. I want to learn from people who, celebrate the music that I want to study and know about. And I got a lot of my classical training studying at Chapman.
So do you enjoy that, the classical, or what's your favorite type?
You know what? I grew up in church. So, my first love is, of course, the music ministry and gospel music and, music that uplifts. That's so important and that brings healing and just fosters, those good things. But I wanted the classical training because I wanted to expand my range. I wanted to expand my vocal abilities. I wanted to expand the opportunities for me to be able to sing different places. And it opened up so many doors. I can't even tell you. High notes pay, let me just say that.
And I used to love those high, you know what? When Smokey would hit those high notes, woo! And then when Isaac Hayes, it was the very low ones and the high ones that really get you. What's that, baritone or something?
Yes.
Baritone?
Yes.
And what do you sing classically, your voice?
I'm a soprano.
Soprano?
Yes, I'm a soprano.
What is a mezzo-soprano?
Mezzo-soprano?
Mezzo.
Well, they're going to sing a little bit in more of their chest register. And so they have, a little bit of a, not as light and airy sound, if you will. But again, just, going to Chapman and having that training really opened up the door for me. And someone asked me, why did you want to go to that school? Well, because to me, they were, the Juilliard of our coast. And I knew that I didn't want to, go so far away, be in the snow and be that far away from my home. So it was like, where could I get the same type of training and still not be as far, from my parents. And I found the school, and they accepted me, and the rest is history.
Wow,
So
you have any siblings?
I do. I am the youngest of 4 girls, so
Oh
I'm
my
the baby
goodness.
of the family.
Uh-oh, I knew that before you even said it, okay? And that's your baby, you have your baby, okay? So any of them sing, or what are their...
Not so much. I was the one that, really took this on and just said I wanted to keep working on my vocal abilities. And, my uncle that just recently passed, I visited with him, before he passed, and I was just reminding him of the time that he found it was a singing opportunity for me to take part in, and how grateful I was to him that he took the time to go look this up for me. And so I just reminded him of that, and just how grateful I was, that he invested some more time in me while he could. And, I think I won probably 2nd or 3rd place, and I was probably like 10 years old. But I cherish those memories of my uncle and, our time together, because I know we went to dinner, and it was just like, I remember that, Uncle. Like,
What about the NAACP AXO? That's where I met you.
Yes.
National?
Yes.
Okay, so it's the Afro-American
Cultural, technological, and scientific Olympics of the mind. Yes.
Altadena NAACP, and that
Yes.
was what, in 1998 or?
The actual program started in 1997, and then the actual competition was in 1998, yes.
Yes, in Altadena. It had started before, but
Yes.
in Altadena, our branch started that. I'm a lifetime member of the Altadena NAACP. Thank you, Mrs. Juanita Devon,
Yes.
who said I could not work with you unless I was a life member of the Altadena NAACP. I am. So with that, you won gold here locally.
Yes.
And then got to travel. Talk about that program just a little bit.
You know what? It was such a great enrichment opportunity because of the people that were involved during that time. Mrs. Samia Sadan, Mrs. Juanita Devon, and just the people that they knew that got involved in, from our community. And
Jalal was one of the ones.
Yes, and just supported the program with their time, with their resources, and just volunteering. And I remember, every time that there was an opportunity to go out into the community and go to an event that had to be related to, like, one of the categories that someone was competing in, they would include all of us.
Good.
I mean, we had tickets to, the Pasadena Playhouse and things in Los Angeles, and it was incredible. It was like, wow, somebody donated these tickets for us.
Yes, yes.
So those memories and that enrichment opportunity, I really cherished it, because it helped me to see, like, if I wanted to, move forward in this profession, this is the environment that I needed to be in.
Yes.
And so they cultivated those opportunities for us to see, if you wanted to, sing more, or you wanted to sing professionally, then this was the environment that you needed to be in.
Exactly.
And, sometimes it was not things that they were so much familiar with, because it necessarily wasn't part of their background, but they knew where to look, or they reached out to somebody who could help us.
Yes.
And so
yes.
I'm so grateful for that.
And see, I know Ms. Devon made sure that, you're out there in every networking opportunity to give back what you won or your exposure. And I appreciate that about her, and she is real persistent about that. I remember I went along to AXO, I think one in Washington, D.C., another one in Missouri, and I didn't want to go. I said, if somebody else wanted, no. She knew that very first one, if I went, I would be hooked.
Yeah.
And that strategy, Mrs. Devon, you know what you did. It was like, I don't, no, come on. And once I did, I've been hooked for life. It's for 9th to 12th grade, African Americans, and it is NAACP AXO. Go online, look at it. You have a skill from science to
There's
anything.
so many categories.
So many categories.
Performing arts and the visual arts and the sciences, dance, theater.
That should be blasted over the news, all the positive, talented African American young children that are doing wonderful things with their life, instead of them blasting all of this negativity and killing off our kings and our youth and our children. It doesn't excuse us. Ignorance doesn't excuse it. But the thing is we need to really support the positive with a smile.
Yes.
Help our children tap into that inner smile. Look what Amelia Crawford did. I mean, come on, look at this. Look at this. You know, once you
kind.
nurture it, and you're doing the same, I know, with your daughter, do you know what you
Absolutely.
think her passion is?
She loves art.
See?
So, you know,
Keep
she was
that arts in the
taking
school.
art classes 3 hours a week. And, you know, I thought that it was going to be too much for her, but she was like, I love it. And
See?
she was so happy. And every time, you know, she brings her artwork home, she's like, Mom, you didn't say you liked it.
Oh, you know what? Start framing it.
But I
You
love
should
your
come
art.
to my house. I framed a.
Yes.
My daughter gave
I
me.
love your art, Annie.
Yes, see, she
All
made
of
me this
it.
Kwanzaa thing,
Yes.
and I had it framed. It was about $300 to have
Nice.
all the pieces.
Where did you go?
The guy who sold it to me, his son's name is Malik.
Okay.
Well,
Well, we'll talk
I
about
don't even
that
think
after.
yet.
Yeah, I'll
So
make sure to do
anyway,
that, yeah.
he framed it and he matted it and he put the colors that match the art. You got to
Oh,
come.
that's
And wait a
beautiful.
minute, she came over and she says, she didn't even. I said, that's your art.
Wow.
She says, Mom, you framed it? I said, yes, this is beautiful. Yeah. And it's still around my house, and it's all different pieces of my personality
Wow.
in these frames. And I'm like, once you frame that, they just get so excited.
Yeah.
So Annalise, she needs to keep that art. You're gonna bring, next time you're on, you better bring some of her artwork
Sure.
that'll frame you while you're singing.
Well, I told her that I was going to help her start her own little art business.
Oh.
And the art that she's done, I will go ahead and have it reproduced into postcard size. Oh, yes.
See? Oh, yes. She's gonna have to be a guest on my show.
Yes. That's
Yes.
going to be her
So maybe the
business.
time that you sing, we'll talk about her cards
Oh, sure.
and have her art framed out there. That's the type of support we want to give our children.
Yes.
We want to motivate that gift from within. We want to teach them how to give back. As a matter of fact, I want to teach my grandchildren how to feed the homeless instead of asking for gifts on Christmas. It's Jesus' birthday, not theirs. You know what I'm saying? Then love their self. A lot of times they get caught up because they don't love themselves and don't have anybody that they think loves them. And then finally, education. You will not finish. So you know what? You have been one of the best. And my last
So
smile
good to
for
see you.
2014. I know I'll see you.
So good to see you.
2:15, right?
Yes.
Yes. So there we go. Thanks for smiling. And one thing is this. Holding on to anger and resentment is like taking poison yourself, hoping the other person dies. So release it. Forgive to live. And thanks for smiling. Oh my gosh, this is wonderful.